Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into excerpts today from a book called Journey to Emotional Freedom, a 30-day guide to letting go of anger, fear, and resentment.
And right away, this source paints a picture that I think feels really familiar to a lot of us. It talks about that feeling that, well, we all carry something,
Yeah.
those difficult emotions, anger, fear, maybe resentment that can literally feel like heavy weights.
Oh, absolutely. The book calls them internal anchors, doesn't it? Like they're dragging you down, clouding your mind, just making everything feel heavy, that sort of background noise of unease.
Exactly. But what's interesting is the source doesn't just dwell on the weight. It pivots pretty quickly to the possibility of change.
Right.
You don't have to stay stuck under those feelings. And that really sets the stage for our deep dive today, exploring the specific path this book lays out for moving away from being weighed down towards what it calls emotional freedom.
So, this journey to emotional freedom, how does it suggest we actually start lifting these weights? Because it's definitely not just about telling yourself to snap out of it.
No, definitely not. Let's be honest, that approach rarely works.
Yeah.
No, this is framed as a very deliberate, kind of transformative 30-day process. The key word really is journey. It's broken down into manageable steps. You're not expected to suddenly fix everything.
Okay, that immediately feels less daunting. A journey, gradual progress, not some massive leap. What does this daily path actually involve, according to the source?
Well, it suggests each day brings, a simple tip, maybe a thought-provoking exercise, and a gentle action step. Think small, cumulative efforts.
Small steps, like what?
So, for instance, one day might just involve a journaling prompt. And the task is simply to name the heavy feeling you're experiencing without judging it.
Just naming it, not like digging into the why right away or trying to
Yeah.
solve it. That seems almost too simple.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the book explains the power in that initial step. It's about building awareness first.
Okay.
Another day might suggest a short breathing practice, just a few minutes, aimed at helping you notice the physical sensations linked to an emotion. Again, just noticing, not fixing.
Just noticing.
And the action step could be something really small, like pausing for, say, 5 seconds before you react when something irritates you.
Okay, so it's like mapping the terrain first, understanding your emotional landscape before you try to change the roads. What about the past stuff? The old hurts that fuel these feelings? Does it push you to revisit all that?
It does touch on the past, but the source makes a really important distinction about what healing means in this context.
Yeah.
It says healing isn't really about forgetting the pain.
Right, or pretending tough things didn't happen. That's crucial.
Exactly.
So if it's not about erasing the past, what is the goal of these daily steps then?
This is where the core idea of creating space comes in. It's really central to the book's whole philosophy. The journey isn't just about getting rid of the negative stuff. It's more about actively building room for something else, even while the old pain or resentment might still be there in some form.
Creating space.
Yeah,
Huh. Like you're not trying to completely empty a cluttered room, but maybe reorganizing it to fit in some new, better furniture?
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Exactly. The new furniture here is things like inner peace, clarity, finding strength again.
Mm-hmm.
The daily exercises may be reframing a thought or taking a tiny action that aligns with your values. They're designed to slowly expand that internal space, a space where these positive states can start to grow.
Even if the old clutter, the past pain, is still around somewhere.
Right. It shifts the focus, less fighting against the negative, more actively cultivating the positive alongside it.
Okay, so bringing this together, our deep dive into these excerpts from Journey to Emotional Freedom shows a path to healing that's not some quick fix. It's gradual, step by step.
Yeah, it presents a perspective where healing isn't about forcing yourself to forget or ignore difficult things. It's about using consistent, gentle effort over, well, in this case, 30 days to build up your internal capacity,
To literally make
to
space.
make space, exactly, for peace, for clarity, for strength, even with your history.
And it's presented as one possible path, Using these small daily actions that the source suggests can help you feel lighter, think clearer, feel more in control of your inner world.
Which leads to a really interesting question for you, the listener, to think about building on this idea of creating space.
Mm-hmm.
If emotional freedom is maybe less about wiping the slate clean and more about actively making room for the future, what's one small thing, one tiny action you could perhaps do today to start creating just a little more of that space in your own emotional world?